Hey guys, happy January 2nd. I cannot believe, no, by the time you're seeing this, well, will I release it today or will I release it tomorrow? Let's go ahead and release it today. So, yes, happy January 2nd. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow because I am super excited. Why am I here today, you ask? Because I've already dropped my Twisted Thursday and all that for this week. I wanted to come on here because the other day when I was wrapping up my 2024 and walking you along with me on my walk on with my um with walk of shame. My words are not processing today. Um and I did that so I could hold myself accountable so you guys could see what I had left over that did not get finished in 2024 so that I make sure that I finish them in 2025, with the exception of I know that the Sophies will not get finished this year. That is the blanket in memory of my mom, and I only work on it here and there, especially when I want to feel close to her or I'm missing her really bad. And so that is not something I'm forcing myself to like complete like right now. That's my connection with mom still. Because she was my crochet buddy. We didn't get to make it together. So I feel like we're still together as I'm making it. And that's like my special time here and there. But anyhow, so we will be doing that. And I ran down a list of my goals with you guys. And I did make the list of those whips that did not completed so that I could hang them up in here. And as they're completed, I am going to scratch them off until they are all scratched off, the ones that I know can be done. With that, that was a long-winded version of why are we here today. One of the things that I forgot to do during that video was I forgot to talk about these. Yes, these. These are my yarn bands for 2024. These are the yarn bands from skeins that I completed, not any of the yarn that I only used like a partial skein. These are the only the ones that I used a whole skein. And every year I collect them. And at the end of the year, I total up my yards and I have always converted it to see how many miles of yarn I have crocheted. Last year, I want to say it was 18 or 19 miles. I cannot find my piece of paper. I thought I had it in last year's calendar. It is not there. But I want to say it was 18 or 19 miles. And that was a good year for me. So I was wondering how close I was going to be this year because I don't tabulate it through the year. I haven't been. I always want to be surprised at the end of the year. Well, I posted a picture of this on my community tab the other day and asked if you guys wanted to guess how many yarn bands I had in here. And I haven't been back on there to look and see if anybody had guessed. But yeah, there's a lot. And there's some of them you can't see because they're, smaller ones like for cotton and Mandela. They're always a little smaller. But yes. So I was not aware of Stash Down 2024 until it was way too late for me to join. So I do intend on doing Stash Down 2025 with Bridget and everyone else. I know Sam from Memphis Makes does it. I think Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. I think Jan and Alaskan Crafter does it. I'm trying to remember who else. There's a lot. There's a lot. I still need to get with Bridget because I'm not sure of all the rules and everything on how you're supposed to do it. And I know I won't just be able to throw these things in a basket and tabulate like that, like I have been. I like how Sam does it. I don't know if she does it on a spreadsheet or if it's all in the notebook. She's quite organized with how she does it. I will be writing all my figures down in a notebook for the year. I've already got my notebook over here. Yes. And keeping track, because I'm almost positive we have to give monthly totals, and then your year-end total. But like I said, I need to get with Bridget and I need to find out all the rules. Unless Sam sees this first and she wants to email me and give me the lowdown, because I'm excited. Because when I did my totals, I blew myself out of the water. I could not believe that I did. Wow. I'm still blown away. I even showed Brian and he was impressed. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" Hold on, I still have some throat stuff going on from being sick. But it's getting better. So, what did all this equate to? Well, I have my totals right here. It was a total of 114 yarn bands. I cannot remember how many there were last year, but like I said, I think the miles ended up being like 18 or 19 miles altogether with all the yarn. So, how far did I crochet this year? Let's start with the weights though. My total ounces for all of this, and like I said, it doesn't include any partial skeins that were left, any of like the little scrap balls, because I have 2 big totes of scrap balls and I have a basket, and this doesn't include any of that. So I know my totals are more, but this is just ones from the completed yarn bands. 114 of them for a whopping total of 808 ounces. And then the grams were 22,906.41. What? Which converts to 50.5 pounds. Do you guys know what that's the equivalent to? That is an equivalent of carrying like 6 of the big cans of paint, 6 gallons of milk or water. Yeah, 50.5 pounds. Amazing. And guess what? I don't even feel any thinner. But I'm just kidding. I wish, right? If the amount of yarn that we crocheted equaled pounds falling off, we would be some skinny hookers, wouldn't we? But anyways, now let's go for yardage, meters, all that stuff. So the meters was 43,041 and 3/4. So basically almost 43,042 meters, which is 47,071 yards. Yeah. Which is 43.04 kilometers. And converted into miles, here's the total. Da-da-da-da. 26.75 miles of yarn crocheted for 2024. 26.75. So I crocheted 7 or 8 plus more miles than I did last year. Amazing. Amazing, guys. I am so blown away. And I wish I could find my sheet from last year. Like I said, I thought it was in my old calendar, but it's not there. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. But yeah, awesome. And I'm hoping I'm going to blow this out of the water for 2025. Here's to hoping, right? One of the things I also do is I have always kept a notebook sheet of paper on a clipboard next to my recliner where I crochet in the living room. And my goal has always been to have at least one completed project every week of the year. So at least 52 completed projects. And it doesn't matter if it's a blanket or a dishcloth or a hat or an amigurumi or what, as long as it's a completed project. And last year for 2024, I broke it. Normally, I get very close, especially since I started doing so many blankets for hospice, um, because that cuts into my time for personal projects and orders and stuff. Because I do not add my hospice donation projects into that. That is a separate sheet that I keep track of. And any other donations, that is also a separate sheet. I think it was 35 things like this, or emotional support chickens, or I did some goblins. I did like 35 of those for a fundraiser back this past summer for a local cat rescue. And I think I only had like 2 things left. That total did not count in my personal goal. And I want to say I crocheted, was it 18 or 20 things for hospice last year? And that's blankets, amigurumis, hand contracture rolls. I think I did 1 pair of booties that were a special request for a certain patient, things like that. And my total for my own personal goal, which is normally 52 for each week of the year, was 75. Yep. So I am totally amazed at myself for actually doing as well as I did for 2024. And I'm going to keep that going. I already have my sheet ready for 2025. It is on the clipboard next to my recliner, and I have the sheets ready for hospice donations and another sheet for any other donation that I decide I'm going to donate something to. Because like I said, those totals are all separate. And I'm hoping that my hospice total will be even higher this year. Um, yeah. So I'm excited for 2025, guys. I really am. And just seeing this just showed me that when I set my mind to it, the amazing things I can do. And I know all of you can do it too. I know a lot of people have work. You may have other things. Um, and I have to be honest, there are days where I can't crochet. And sometimes it extends into several days or even a week or so. If my MS is acting up and my hands are not working, or my brain is not relaying the messages appropriately to like my hands or whatever, it's fruitless for me to crochet. What I typically do at that point in time when I'm not reading books is I'm skimming through and looking at new patterns that have come out, or I'm going through the patterns that I have, which is so many, and pulling out patterns that I want to work on once I start functioning correctly. So struggling with chronic illness does have an effect, but I am so proud of myself for plowing through and getting done what I was able to get done. And I I only hope that I can bring more joy to like hospice and all that with my totals for 2025. And I already have my notebook ready for Stash Down 2025. Like I said, I just need to get with Sam or Bridget or someone else that is doing Stash Down, so I am updated on all the rules and everything you're supposed to do. So yeah. And I know I'll still put my yarn bands in a basket and look at those because I know that that total is going to be different than doing all the weights and stuff. Because I know not everything that's being used is going to have a yarn band in here, but the weights are going to count in Stash Down. And at this point, all the yarn I have is fair game for Stash Down 2025 because I have no new yarn. We are starting with a clean slate and fresh for 2025, and I hope to keep it that way for as long as possible. The only exceptions will be if I get an order from someone and I need a specific yarn or a specific color that I do not have, which, be honest, guys, if I don't have that color, it's going to be rare. But it does happen. Um, and so, um, or if I am working on a project and I happen to run out and I need a little more to complete said project, I know that won't count, but that's okay. I'm okay with this. I want to see how much of this stash I can get busted. And I'm super excited to be participating in that with Bridget and Sam and all of you guys who are doing it. And I think it's going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome year. And I am hoping that everybody is having a good start to their 2025. We all have that clean slate. And, I see a lot of people say it, and I've always said it. Every new year, you are starting off with a new chapter, and we write our own chapters. Granted, there's going to be bumps and bruises and all that, but depending on how we choose to push forward, um, I am hoping that the chapter for 2025 that I write is going to be an awesome adventure that someone would want to read well after I'm already gone. I'm looking forward to it with everything, every fiber that is in me, with positivity, no negativity. I've already swept that stuff out my house. Um, as well as some other stuff. Yeah. Um, so I guess with that, sorry for all the excitement, and I felt like I was about to go through your computer screen or your phone screen with how excited I was. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I've already. I'm just so excited, guys. Look. Um, and I hope you guys did as well. I don't know how many of you actually tabulate all that stuff, whether you're participating in Stash Down or not. It's just always something that I've done for years and years and years because I wanted to see the miles. Um, because, in a lifetime, who knows, I could crochet enough yarn that it's enough miles to get to the moon. Who knows? But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. And I know we are quickly approaching our first weekend of 2025. It has gotten cold here. There's a possibility we may have some snow showers by morning. It's not supposed to really be, I don't think they said really any accumulation, which is probably a good thing because we have to go all the way to Cookeville. I have an MRI early first thing in the morning um, in regards to my lower back issues. As some of you know, I have a lot of damage, and I also have scoliosis that curves to the opposite side of what it normally does. Normally, scoliosis curves to the right. Mine does curve to the left, which is rare. And they don't like that because depending on how bad the curve gets, it can be pressing on vital organs, and that's not a good. So we have to watch that. And so yeah, let's hope that tomorrow's MRI doesn't show any progression in any of the damage. And I'm hoping that the MS lesions have not gotten down that far in my spine. I'm hoping everything has stayed in the upper portion of everything. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Um, oh, I forgot to tell you, we are also expecting a bunch of snow on Sunday into Monday. They are talking possibility of it turning to ice prior to switching to snow, which fingers crossed it does not. We do not do well when we get ice before snow. We are very rural. These roads here do not do well, and they cannot get, it's not safe for them to get to the back roads with plows, which means a lot of people can't get out. Buses can't run because it's not safe to have the children on the roads. Because being rural out here, as you're coming out of the mountains in Tennessee, everything is very windy. There's usually water next to it. A lot of them do not have any guardrails, so very dangerous. So let's pray no ice. But anyhow, I'm just yammering still. So I'm going to let you guys go. I've got some stuff I need to take care of today while I'm on this high from how well I did. So with that, just remember, life is not perfect, so be kind. Try to create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, love you guys. Bye.